Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Russ and I drive my 2024 Subaru Forester Sport. If you've been following my channel, you know that I talk about my real life ownership experience with this car, the things I love, the things that annoy me, and pretty much everything between. But today I want to talk about something that a lot of Forester owners either forget exists or never use at all. And that would be the sport mode. Spoiler alert, not every sport mode is created equal, but more on that later. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it, explain what it actually does, and at the end I'll tell you whether I think it's genuinely useful or just another gimmick that car manufacturers add so they can put a sport badge somewhere on the car. Before we talk about the sport mode, let's quickly talk about the specs here. My 24 Subaru Forester Sport is part of the 5th generation Forester lineup. However, in the 4th generation of the Forester, yes, the one before mine, Subaru used to offer something called the Forester XT. That trim level came with a turbocharged engine. Unfortunately, Subaru dropped XT when the 5th generation arrived. So today, every Forester comes with the same naturally aspirated 2.5-liter boxer engine. In my Forester Sport, that means 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque. Now let's be honest, nobody's confusing this thing with a WRX. It's not fast, it's not going to pin you into your seat, but it gets the job done. And because Subaru no longer offers a turbocharged Forester, the sport mode becomes a little more important because it's one of the few ways Subaru gives you a more aggressive driving experience. Okay, so to use the sport mode, you first have to find the sport mode button, right? And I don't know if Subaru did this intentionally or not, but the sport mode button is ridiculously easy to miss. It's right here, tiny little button, same color as everything around it, no bright red or orange on the sport button, nothing. And I always wondered why Subaru did it that way. Apparently they had enough orange paint for sport badges all over the vehicle, enough orange paint for the interior stitching, enough orange paint for the exterior accents, but somehow they ran out of paint right before they got to the actual sport mode button. A little strange, don't you think? What's also interesting is that not every Subaru Forester gets the same version of the sport mode. Most Forester trims have two modes, intelligent mode, shown as I, and the sport mode, shown as S. But the Forester sport trim I'm sitting in is different. Instead of the regular sport mode, it gets something called Sport Sharp mode. Here you'll see the S with a little pound sign next to it. I mean, if it was me, I'd emphasize the specialness of the sport mode on the sport trim by doing, I don't know, a little plus next to the S instead of doing this pound sign. So it would read as S plus, aka Sport Plus. But instead, Subaru went with the S hashtag pound sign thing? Weird. But hey, what do I know? But all jokes aside, having that little hashtag pound sign next to the S represents an important distinction because the Forester Sport actually gets the more aggressive version of the sport mode when compared to other 5th generation Forester trims. So despite not having a turbocharger, Subaru still gives the sport trim something unique that most other Subaru Forester trims don't get. In my opinion, that helps justify the sport badge at least a little bit. What's also a bit interesting is that Subaru decided to put the same Sport Sharp mode I have in my Sport in the Wilderness trim. Yeah, if you buy the Wilderness trim, you get the same Sport Sharp mode that I have in my Sport. So using the Sport mode could not be easier, you just have to press the button once you find it. Immediately you'll see the dashboard light up with the little graph showing you how much sharper your acceleration is about to become. If you're already cruising and you press the Sport button, the first thing you'll notice is the RPM jump up by about 1,000, and the engine suddenly sounds more awake, throttle response becomes much more aggressive, you touch the gas pedal and the car will react instantly. The CVT will also start to behave differently, it's gonna feel more eager and more alert. The best way I can describe Sport Sharp mode is that it removes that little hesitation you sometimes feel in normal driving. The gas pedal becomes significantly more sensitive. You don't have to push as far, you don't have to wait as long, the car just goes. Personally, I would not recommend using Sport Sharp while crawling around parking lot, for example. The throttle becomes almost too aggressive. You're barely touching the gas and the car just wants to jump forward. But when you're merging into a highway or passing slower traffic, perfect. That's where Sport Sharp mode actually makes a noticeable difference. One thing you'll definitely notice is the transmission noise. The CVT whine becomes more noticeable the moment you press the sport mode button. You hear the engine working harder, you hear the CVT holding the revs longer, and honestly, that's probably one reason I don't use sport mode all the time. I personally prefer the quieter, more relaxed feel of intelligent mode for everyday driving. Now, if you watched this channel before, you already know my main complaint of the CVT. The thing that really annoys me is the fact that when you're driving, let's say doing 25 miles an hour, and you see a stop sign far away, you just want to let your right foot off the gas and gently, freely coast down to the stop sign. What's going to happen is that around 20 miles an hour, the car is going to start actively braking without you pressing the brake pedal. It's going to feel like the car's engine braking, for lack of a better word. And then around 15 miles an hour, you're going to feel this surge of energy, like as if somebody bumped into the back of the car. The car is going to lurch forward, and basically, yeah, that part is annoying, and I always complain about it. And many of you in the comments suggested that I should try using the sport mode to see if the problem is going to persist in that mode. Apparently for them it helps. But after trying to coast down to 0 with the sport mode enabled, I can report that it made absolutely no difference for me. The car still lurches forward sometimes. But back to the sport mode. I don't think that the sport sharp mode is a gimmick. Does it turn your Forester into a sports car? Absolutely not. Does it magically create horsepower that doesn't exist? Also, no. But it definitely changes the personality of the vehicle. The throttle response is sharper, passing feels easier, merging feels more confident, and the car simply feels more eager to move. It's one of those features that actually does something, and I think that it has earned its place inside this car. But here's the funny part, after all this praise, do I actually use it? Not really. Most of the time I completely forget it exists. I'll go weeks without touching the button, then one day I'm in a good mood, the weather is nice, my favorite song comes on, I hit the Sport Sharp button, and suddenly I'm pretending my 182 horsepower family SUV is something much more exciting than it really is. And honestly, that's part of the fun. Just so we're clear, the Sport Sharp button does not replace the turbocharged Forester XT that many of us wish Subaru still made, but it does make the Forester feel more responsive and more engaging when you want it to be. Now I want to hear from you guys. Do you use the Sport mode in your Forester? Or are you like me and forget the button exists most of the time? Let me know down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.